Hello there, you guys, and welcome back. It's so good to see you. So today we're on the second half of the Zwei Menuette by Bach from the Old Masters for Young Players series. A special warm welcome to those of you on Patreon. This is your weekly lesson for this week, and also a special warm welcome to you on YouTube. You're just watching this at very different times. And for those of you on Patreon, as always, there's a little accompanying picture with all the notes, all the things that I scribbled down. The link, I always sometimes forget to say, is that the link is in the description of the YouTube video as well. So you can find the link there for this little piece. This music is meant to be played with piano as well. So it's a great opportunity to practice a piece and then try to connect with the pianist and have something to try to play together. These are beautiful pieces, and they really sound lovely with the piano, I would think. So, because it's called Old Masters for Young Players. So you'd hope that they would actually sound lovely together with the piano. But anyway, I'm rambling. So let's look at the second half today. Just like we did in video number 1, we're going to look at the hand patterns for the key signature. We have 2 flats. Do you remember what they are? B flat and E flat. And before we even remember the hand patterns, let's just give the second minuet another little scan and see what strings we're on so that we know what hand patterns we need to remember for what strings we're on. So you can see we're on the A string, we're on a little on the D string, there's a little bit on the E string. So once again, we're just on those top 3 strings. So let's remember the hand patterns. Let's start on the D string. So let's hop over. We're here on D. We've got D, E flat, F, G, and A. So this is our low 1. Listen for jaws here. So it's our little half step, and then we have all whole steps after that. So I'm going to start on the E flat, F, G, and A. And then here on the A string, we have a similar hand pattern. We're still starting on that low 1, so you can take that right across. And we have A, B flat, whole step to C, whole step to D, but this time we have a half step to the E flat. So squish these fingers together. Let's start from the open A, B flat, C, D, E flat. And then we can't play open E because we have an E flat, so we're going to start on first finger F, G, A, and B flat, so we have the same hand pattern as we do on the A string. And the only difference on the D string is that 4th finger is here, remember. So, we have to start on F, so F, G, A, and then the B flat. Okay, so another little thing to scan, dynamics for overall piano. It's really a quiet piece, actually. And there's some little bowings to watch out for. We've got some spiccatos, just like we did in the first one. That's when you have a dot either below the note or above the note. So like in measure 4, we've got some little dots there. So I'm just kind of taking the bow off the string there. And we have some little hairpins, little dynamics rising in sound and decreasing in sound. We have some repeats as well. And then remember at the end of minuet number 2, is that the end? Let's look and see. At the end of minuet number 2, it says minuet 1 da capo. So then we would go all the way back to minuet number 1, play through it all again with all the repeats, and we would end at the end of the minuet number 1 where it says fine. All right, so with that, I'm going to put the metronome back at 120, and here's minuet number 2. I'll play it all the way through with all the repeats. 1, 2, 3. Back to number 1. play through all the repeats and everything. So I think with this, why don't we call it a day? I just want to remind you guys, especially those of you on Patreon, that we have our virtual studio circle that you can practice these for. And anything else that you want to practice. You don't have to just practice this. But I'd really love to hear if you are following this. I'd love to hear your progress, or even just hear a little bit of it at the virtual studio circle, which is always at the end of the month. It's usually the last Friday of the month. But if for some reason I have to move it, it's then the second to last Friday of the month, usually at 7:30 Eastern time. So I just want to encourage you to give this a try this month, and you have a little event that you could try and play it for or share it with. And we'd love to hear you at our virtual studio circle. I also, depending on when you're watching this, if you're on Patreon, the December recital is approaching. I know it's a few months away still, but I would love for you to feel like you could come out to play at the recital. And I will provide you a beautiful and fabulous pianist that will accompany you, just like we talked about last time. And it would just be so fun. So any of these pieces from the not from the Zwei Menuette, but from the Old Masters series, it's a great little, collection of music that you could actually play with piano. And the December recital is always really fun. I always put garlands around everybody and little ornaments to hang off of the scroll. It's very fun. So anyways, I will love and leave you, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy practicing.